All right, so next bit of news, Amazon has dropped off ads off their Prime phones. Now, I think I'm like the only person in the world who actually found this interesting, but this week Amazon has removed ads from their Prime phones. Now, if you remember right, Amazon had a phone that they created a couple years ago, and it was a massive flop. Didn't do well at all because it had their Fire OS on there, and it wasn't like an Android. It was based on Android, but it wasn't really Android, and people didn't like that. And it was a flop. So what they did after that was they didn't want to get out of the phone industry, so they made these partners with all these different carriers. And what they would do is they would sell their phones at a discount, but in exchange for them putting ads on the home screen. So you would get a nice phone for cheaper, but the trade-off was the ads. And now they've decided to take a step back. They are now removing the ads. This is for new and old purchases, by the way. So if you have purchased one of these phones, if you update your Amazon app or something, it should remove the ads. And instead, now the price of these phones that are discounted by a pretty large margin, some of them are going to go up $20, which I think is pretty fair.
So it makes me really curious. I mean, let's rewind a little bit here. When we talk about the original Amazon phone that had Fire OS on and everything, I don't think it was a terrible idea. I think it probably would have caught on really well had it happened a lot sooner. But when you have markets like, Android and iOS that were already very prominent, and you have things like Windows not surviving hardly, and then plenty of other ones just falling off the face of the earth, it's such a hard market to try and bring something new into. And I feel like they were just way too late to the game to really try and get into that market. So when they switch over to these phones, I thought it was a smart idea because it was still a good way for them to make money, right? Because with these advertisements, it's getting people to buy more of their products, right? So the discount on the phone wasn't that big of a deal to them because they knew they'd make the money in the long run. But now that they're removing these ads and they're adding $20 on there, it makes me really interested into, what's in it for them. Are they recording people's data? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing that's making them money off this? They're not just giving you a deal for no reason here.
No, for real. That's what I'm having a hard time understanding, because I don't know why they would just discount it for the heck of it. The only thing I can gather is you have to have a Prime membership to do this, and so they're just making this like a more appetizing thing for people who they want to get on Prime. But other than that, I don't know. Like, I would imagine maybe they're doing some data collection, but it's really hard to know. I don't know. I would be if I was going to buy one now, I would be very careful to read the privacy policy and figure out, like, what are they doing? Because it's not really clear. And if you look at their tablets, though, they're still doing the ads on their tablets. So they sell Fire OS tablets. They're in several sizes, and they still will offer you, I think, a $15 or $20 discount if you're willing to tolerate their ads. So they haven't removed them off those devices. So I'm not sure. I don't know what they're doing. It's really interesting. But they're just doing it for the phones. But part of me is just like, are they just going to kill these phones off? For me, like, Amazon was way too late to the phone game. And just like you just said, and now they've created a whole new market with the Echo Dot. And they're kind of owning the market. Google is challenging them quite a bit. And Apple just released their HomePod. But I think that really is where their focus needs to be than home automation, because the phone thing, I think, is a distraction. They are not adding anything to these phones. They're not doing anything that's special other than just giving them at a discount.
And there's no way they're making good money off of it. That's the thing.
No,
so what's in it for them?
No, and like maybe they're selling in bulk and making like a few pennies off each one. I don't know. I don't get it.
Not worth it.
But yeah, the ads made sense to me. Even though, like, it's funny actually. Even though I'm like, the ads made sense to me, I was like, hey Leslie, your phone broke. Let me get you. Leslie's my wife, by the way. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna get you one of these Amazon phones that have ads on them. Would that be okay with you? And I was being dead serious, and she was like, why would I want ads on my phone? Like, she looked at me like I was like the stupidest person that ever lived, and which may or may not be true, but anyway, but she said. She was like, no, I'm not doing the ads. And it makes sense. Like, it's your phone. It's something you use all the time. You can tolerate on a tablet, which is something you use maybe once a day. But on your phone, you don't have to deal with the ads. That makes a lot of sense to me. But I still don't understand why they're in the phone market to begin with.
I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's something they should just really let go and move on.
And also, just to note, if you update your Amazon Offer app from the Google Play Store, that will ensure that the ads die on your Amazon phone if you have one of those. So That's how you do that. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, maybe take a second, hit that like button below. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. We'll have clips like this one coming out every single day of the week. And if you want the full podcast experience, this week we talked about Elon Musk sending his car into space. We talked about my experience at Celebration of Harry Potter, and a lot of other cool stuff. We had a lot of fun with the show. It's the Search for Awesome podcast. There will be a link coming up on the screen in just a second to the full show, and also to my main channel, which is the Search for Awesome, where I do reviews and I host the main podcast. And in the description, there are links to the full podcast in the audio form on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you around next time.